What is going on, guys? Y'all missed a treat right before that. It's wonderful. Yeah, let me get Mike's mic on. Go ahead, Mike. No. There you go. There it is.
Hello.
I'm going to try to keep yours down because it's next to the TV a little bit. We'll pause it just for a second. But was listening to Henry McMaster talking about the corona.
That ain't him.
I know. As close as I can get.
That's the chaplain.
Yeah. But what's going on, guys? What's going on, Brandon? Hope everybody's having a good afternoon. I know it's hard to have good anything right now due to this crap
and the heat.
Overreaction and the heat that supposedly is supposed to be the demise of this virus. But according to Henry McMasters, it's getting worse. So then,
well, I was wondering if that's why Georgia's cases are so much more than ours because it's hotter there.
But it's supposed to kill the virus.
Well, I think they're wrong.
I don't know. Who cares? Because it's all a bunch of crap anyhow. Because they say that on Yahoo News come out and said, first off, they are trying to say that more than half the California. It's so insane that you just don't even want to read it. But they're saying that more than half the Californians could be infected. That's tremendous. That's a tremendous amount of numbers. So my question about this just deadly disease, if it's so potent, if it's so powerful, if it's so deadly, we should be able to tell who the hell has it, right? I mean, you would think when somebody, like I was telling her a second ago, when somebody's got a cold, you know they got a cold. If they've got a flu, you think they got a cold. If they've got a stomach virus, they're not around you because they're too busy bent over in the toilet. You know what they have. This thing here, we could be sending off tests to CDC, and they're just sitting there randomly selecting one and going, yep, we're going to say that one has it. We're going to say this one has it, this one has it. I mean, it's such a bunch of crap. Yeah, happy birthday, Michael.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. But, guys, we do have some good news in the whole corona. I'm going to call it the corona crap from here on out.
CC.
Corona crap, yeah. We'll CC you on this.
Little Canadian club.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mike, Mama said.
Thank you very much.
But there has been a break into possibly the coronavirus. There's a cure that a doctor was working on in France. He let Trump know last night that, I'm guessing the administration let him know that they have some successful tests. I've heard that 40 people. And out of those 40 people, 100% of them showed the virus was complete cured by day 6 with this medicine. And the good thing about it is that the medicine that it was used is a very common medicine. It's used is for curing malaria, and it's been around for 50 plus years.
Malaria.
Yep. And it also helps. Well, probably. I mean, I guess it just depends on how you pronounce it. But it also helps cure arthritis. Is that better? Is that better, sir?
Yes.
Okay, good deal.
I like the Louisiana voice.
Yeah. Okay, we're not going to do that. But yeah, Frank Hart finally gets his power. But we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes too, guys. They have not come to any conclusion on what they're going to do yet. That is just an ordinance that the governor has sent to the county councils or the supervisors to give them options. So if Frank Hart does decide to, and man, this is a dangerous time for somebody with a power trip as much as his. This is a dangerous time to be alive when you're in Union County. But he could have a full quarantine if he wanted. If he wanted, he could just simply just say, nobody come out of their house.
You know, I was thinking on my way to the show that they would institutionalize the quarantine to stop the KC show.
Yeah, only everybody.
They do it right around the lecture.
Right around 231 Thompson Boulevard. You can't come into work. You know. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. It's he's salivating hard, man. You know, he's just like,
word for the day.
Man, I have been waiting on this day for 2 elections. 2 elections. Been waiting on it. I think he'll do the right decision. There's no panic in Union County, but you administer a quarantine, you're going to get panic. you're going to get panic, you're going to get stupidity, you're going to get shootings, you're going to get robberies, and you're going to get much more crap than what's going on right now. Union County is fine. Everybody's acting as normal. But when you start acting abnormally, that's when you're going to cause it. So my suggestion to Frank and all the others, you don't need to administer no kind of curfew for Union County. That is... I ain't going to say a warning because I'm not threatening, but I'm telling you what the result's going to be. People are not going to take this lightly, especially when you're in a small town like this.
How would a curfew work with...
You can't come out after 8 o'clock.
What about a job?
Don't know how it works. I think they would have to...
That means I wouldn't have to go to work?
Yes. Yes.
So I could...
So you could stay home. So now Mike is all for the quarantine. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, is this the only way I can get some days off?
So right now, wow. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of people who are trying to claim to have this virus because they feel like they can get to go home for 14 days and, but they don't realize if you're going to claim that you have the coronavirus, they're going to test you. They're going to run that little Q-tip down your nose into your throat. And when you come back and don't have it, they're going to put people in jail for this stuff.
Like the guy in Spartanburg?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to press charges. Oh, sorry. There was a guy in Spartanburg that he said that he had a virus, and they shut the plant down, cleaned it.
Oh, and Duncan, that
And
plant I was
Inman,
talking about,
and come to find out, he lied. He lied. He did not have it. And
I think they've charged him with breach of peace and
I mean, he had to
false
cause a
fine.
panic.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's going to be some other charges.
They
to
should
stem
rock
from
him.
it, yeah.
I mean, they should absolutely rock him. But
I mean, how could he fake it though? What if he thought he had it and he didn't really know? If he
well, that's what he's probably going to go with. If he's smart, that's what he'll go with. And if he's real smart, he won't talk to the law, until he gets a lawyer and goes with that. Well, I thought I had it.
Oh, yeah.
But you go around telling people that you do have it. It doesn't matter what you think. Unless that doctor has told you that you have it, you need to keep your mouth
well,
shut.
no word's not going to stand up in court unless it's recorded.
Yeah, I didn't say I had it. I said I got some coronas in the house.
With some lime.
Is that what you're going to go with? I can see you fighting for him now in court. But, right now the ordinance, they got a meeting set up for 12:30 tomorrow afternoon to talk about what they want to do. And I urge them to very much consider the repercussions of your decisions, because just like Trump and the rest of the government, they need to start considering some of these strangleholds that they're doing on businesses. You are not going to cause a recession. You're going to drive right past that and you're going to hit a depression. You're going to put people
Don't pass
out.
go.
You're going to put people out. You're going to crash the housing market. I mean, everything's going to crash. If you continue stranglehold, we can't worry about what's going to happen. The flu is one of the most deadliest diseases that we have in America. And we've never been quarantined, not day one, for that damn thing. But we're sitting here, the damage that's being done by the administration, and this is Trump. Listen, I understand what he's trying to do. But sometimes the reaction is worse than the action in the beginning. You ever been watching football and the dude's getting pissed off because he's getting blocked up real good by the guy, and he goes there and pushes him? Well, the referee didn't see that one. But the reaction, he punches him, and he gets thrown out of the game. The reaction was worse than the action. So I just think right now, I think it's an extremely just overreaction.
Haste.
By far. I mean, haste ain't even a word. It's by far worse than that. But on a good note is that Trump talked today about a cure that is working. I thought I wrote it down, but I don't. But I'm actually about to play the video. So we're gonna play that real quick. Let me back it up because he says it right at the beginning of this audio here. So, and I'm gonna switch it to the video as well. Here we go.
A drug called chloroquine, and some people would add to it hydroxychloroquine. So chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine. Now this is a common malaria drug. It's also a drug used for strong arthritis. Somebody has pretty serious arthritis. Also uses this in a somewhat different form. But it is known as a malaria drug, and it's been around for a long time, and it's very powerful. But the nice part is it's been around for a long time. So we know that if things don't go as planned, it's not going to kill anybody. When you go with a brand new drug, you don't know that that's going to happen. You have to see, and you have to go long test. But this has been used in different forms, very powerful drug in different forms. And it's shown very encouraging, very, very encouraging early results. And we're going to be able to make that drug available almost immediately. And that's where the FDA has been so great. They've gone through the approval process. It's been approved. And they did it. They took it down from many, many months to immediate.
Right.
So we're going to be able to make that drug available.
So there you go.
Catch my hair.
So there you go. It is a drug, like you said, it's been around it's chloroquine, however you want to say it. It's been around for a very long time, 50 plus years. The good thing is that it's in available generic form, which means that they must have a tremendous amount. So, hey Amanda, how you doing, darling? So it's like I say, yes, I understand. We don't want this to keep spreading and spreading and spreading. I know they want to get control of it, but okay, we don't know who has it. There's no way for us to know everybody who has it, okay? So even if we quarantine us for 48 hours, after the 48 hours, people are going to come out flocking. Squat, squat. I mean, you're still going to go to Walmart, and guess what? It takes one handshake, and boom, you've got it. And you just had to stay in your house for 2 days and not get paid at your job for 2 days, or not run your business for 2 days for something stupid. Or 2 weeks, however the hell long they're trying to do. But as far as them trying to curfew Union County, it's a mistake. I don't think they will.
More of a financial toll on everybody.
I just don't. As weak as Union County is right now in a financial state, they would devastate Union. They would just devastate Union. They would have to come up with their own kind of. Are you all right? Mm-hmm. You look a little high.
Oh,
Let's put you on camera. You over there. The Corona boy. Coughing, looking at me weird.
I got a fever.
But
breathe on me.
But I mean, it would just absolutely devastate. And guys, I hope y'all are still, like I say, supporting this local restaurants and stuff as well.
Yeah, because late at night, Burger King and all these other restaurants that's
Cooper's
open till
Grove
2.
Was closed today. Cooper's Grove Pub was closed today, and he doesn't close for anything.
Yeah, so he is closed. So he is closed.
I couldn't get in touch with him. He called his stepson is his cook, and he called me today and was like, "We closed for the coronavirus."
That's crazy. I mean, it's Save-A-Lot is booming. Yeah, I mean, that's the only business that is booming right now. Grocery stores.
With meat.
Yep.
Grocery stores. That's it. That's
and
the only business.
And Walmart.
Yeah, well, grocery store.
Jesus
I
Lord.
guess it's grocery store too. Are you okay?
I mean,
I don't think he
I think the
is.
fever's starting to set in.
it's more than a grocery store. Okay, let's get it right.
He was like that before he got
Convenience
here.
store? But see, it can't be called a convenience store because convenience stores are... Okay, we're going in the wrong place here.
Because you're trying to make me look out to be wrong, and you're wrong.
Oh, well, right now, quite frankly, about you, I'm thinking about getting you an ice bath.
Yeah, he's
he's
sweating. His forehead's red. He's coughing. We are in danger. But I do believe it's a complete overreaction. I mean, if Ebola did not take us out, and let me tell you something, the death rate for that thing was tremendous. They were in hazmat suits when they were dealing with that. They're not in hazmat suits dealing with this. So I think we're overreacting. I think we're getting our panties in a wad, and we just need to calm down. Are they possibly going to quarantine us for 2 weeks, or was that a hoax? That is just I can't see them doing it.
Well, they're shutting more jobs down than I expected. If they shut Allied Industries down in Jonesville, it's hitting a little close to home because I didn't think it was going to happen.
It's just I just can't. I just can't see it. Now, am I saying they're not going to do it? Am I sitting here saying that Frank Hart and the county council is not going to perform a curfew starting, tomorrow when they have their meeting? No, not at all. I don't know. Do I think if I was sitting on the county council, would I do it? Hell no.
Well, what is the curfew going to do if the 78 and 80 degree heat we're supposed to have this weekend is going to kill this virus? Then why can't we come out when it's colder outside?
Yeah. Yeah, the virus is supposedly, I have not seen it confirmed, but they're also trying to hush doctors up who are talking about the good side of this disease. Like it can be destroyed in 78 degree heat. They're shushing those doctors. And
it's a conspiracy.
I believe it's money. It's all about money because California right now is asking for $1 billion
in relief.
Yeah, $1 billion for one state. Holy crap!
I mean, and where's this money going to come from? I mean, we can't just keep printing it off, printing it off.
Where's it coming from? Reach in your pocket.
Yeah.
How many people have lost money in the stock market? How much? I know 4 people right now, and between those 4, it's over $750,000 between 4 people. So the money ain't hard to find.
And I heard today that stock traders will be doing their work from home tomorrow.
Yeah,
they will be trading at home.
NASCAR is doing virtual races.
I've seen that.
E-racing. How do you do that?
You ain't never played video games?
iRacing is a nice game, but man, come on.
But that's not fair because the computer always wins.
Well,
who's the computer?
Well, shouldn't they have already tested they've had plenty of time to test all the crews, all the racers. Why can't they get them back out there? Okay,
yeah,
you're good. Let's get back to racing.
Yeah, like the virus can keep up.
Like it's going to race them down. You see a car man, that would be what I'd do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take the cover off my car until the race starts, and I'm going to be in the very back, and that thing's going to say, Corona, man, they're getting out of your way there, buddy.
Oh, new paint scheme.
Oh, my God. But like I say, good news, and nobody's wanting to talk about that. The news outlets are not wanting to talk about that part because that does not give them ratings. Good news is never ratings. Bad news is ratings because everybody's going to come back and see if it's worse today. Worse today, worse today, worse today. And that's what it is. But also, as far as Sydney ordinance, we can't, they're not allowing anybody to go into the town hall, which again is freaking stupid.
Wait, ain't that where you
pay your power bills?
Well, yeah, because my power bills due and my taxes on my car.
They said they will waive the fee, bless their hearts, of 1.5% to do your payment over the phone because God knows sitting there on the phone for 2 minutes to take a payment is rough work.
What about like your house taxes? You mail them in?
Yeah, mail them in, drop them off.
Taxes. My sticker on my. Yep. Never mind. I'm not saying that out loud on camera.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just believe it's such an overreaction. But I mean, it's like we are at the mercy of what the government does, and then until the people decide to go, you know what? I'm willing to take the risk of the virus more than I am you.
Oh man, I seen it. Have you seen the little picture of the Simpsons episode where they had corona? Man, is that not crazy? I mean, on their TV it says coronavirus. Like,
no, I hadn't seen that.
Springfield was quarantined for the coronavirus, and this is whatever year it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's beyond ridiculous, but there is a cure. There is potential hope, and China has gone back to business as usual. They've got their NBA, their version of pro basketball. They're back playing, and they had 80-something thousand people infected. I mean, of course, and everybody's like, "Well, have you noticed the infected has tripled?" That's because there's more tests out there. The people were already infected; they're already out there. The tests were just now being administered. It isn't that it's spreading or expanding. Hell, we could be getting over it by now, but the tests are so behind and late.
Right. They just now.
It doubled. Yep. It doubled. Like in the last 2 days, it doubled the amount of people that have the coronavirus. But it ain't the fact that it's spreading. It's just the fact that we just doubled our testing.
I didn't know the NBA has started back playing.
In China.
They still have the Olympic team going.
Sorry. That's ironic.
No, I have no idea.
I know. I'm saying.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I seen it.
I have no idea.
They said they got a plan as if they're still going because they have heard no word But they are flying the torch over, so the Olympics are still on.
I believe it would just take one person to stand up and go, I believe it's an overreaction. I believe we all need to calm down because, like there's a
Not
guy
at
here
this
that
point.
I see a guy here, Judy Lawson guy, lady, I'm not sure. I do not believe it's an overreaction. And that's fine. You can have your belief, but my question is, look at the millions of people that have died from the flu.
Every
And
year.
I mean, every single year, and we're not quarantining for that. Our grandmother, she passed away of pneumonia. Now, she had cancer, but on her death certificate, it was pneumonia that killed her. Why ain't we quarantining for that? I mean, if we're going to quarantine for one simple little disease that could harm you, why ain't we doing it for all of them? It is an agenda behind it. You got to see that. You got to know that.
This might be a
Conspiracy.
stupid question, but pneumonia is not contagious.
Not contagious. It's
right?
not contagious. No.
Okay.
But
But it sucks.
yeah, it sucks. I mean, because you can catch pneumonia by a simple cold. Pneumonia is fluid in your lungs, and what that trends up
Drown
if
it.
you breathe in a lot of cool air and you walk to a warm place, it conducts. It's it can condensate into your lungs. That's why when you see people with pneumonia, they have the mask on to try to contain the air that's going into their system. It's so stupid. And people who are out here fear mongering, telling people, go stock up. Oh, we're going to be on quarantine. Like there was somebody I seen, they're talking about, yeah, I heard that we're going to be on a 2-day quarantine. I mean, you have
Right.
no proof of that. Trump has not said that. He's already talked for the date, but you're going to continue trying to make your post go viral because you think that people are going to share your stupid stuff. Quit doing it. You're scaring people. Because some people don't have enough IQ level to go and do their own evidence. So when they read something on Facebook, they automatically think it's fact. Calm the freak down and wait till something
FYI,
happens.
Facebook has a fact checker for the ads you read. It'll pop up and tell you.
It's
if
behind right now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, I haven't seen it since this happened.
Nah,
and
it's
usually if I
behind.
click on something, it tells me if it's true or false.
Mary said, I think it's real and people need to do everything to protect each other. I didn't say it wasn't real, Mary. That's for sure. I didn't say it wasn't real. I just don't think it's as dangerous as the flu. That's what I'm saying. It was not as dangerous as the swine flu. It wasn't as dangerous as Ebola. How many times do you remember being quarantined during those? 0. Ebola had the highest death rate, H1N1. Nobody was quarantined for any of that. So why is it that this one here is so devastating and yet nobody's really dying from it that didn't already have a pre-existing condition? And everybody wants to talk about Italy. Look what's going on in Italy. Italy. Look at Italy's water. Italy's water is polluted from, feces, trash, and everything else. Their healthcare system sucks. And over 75% of people who have died from the coronavirus in Italy already had a pre-existing condition. They either had diabetes, heart issues, or cancer. That is what is killing them. The coronavirus is not killing them. Their immune system's so weak that whatever comes next, they can't fight it off, and then it kills them. So it could have been a common cold, could have been the flu, could have been pneumonia. Calm the hell down. Is that enough? I'm not a doctor, and I can tell you this stuff. Just read. They're telling you this, but they don't get on the news and tell you. They don't want to say, well, we didn't put it out there. It's in that article over there. You didn't read it. They don't get on TV because that don't give them ratings. They want you to be panicked. They want you to be stupid so that way they can take their damn camera and go out there and record you like a fool carrying 36 pallets of toilet paper that makes no sense. Calm down.
Or have
God.
the police guard their pallets of toilet paper.
I'm starting to sweat. It's just aggravating, man. So,
Kyle.
yes, calm down.
Yeah.
I will. That didn't come from Facebook. I'm a respiratory therapist who doesn't think this is overreaction. Flatten the curve, friends, or we will be in deep trouble. Dawn, can you show me statistics of how impactful this is? Show me the death toll. You know what? I'll do it for you. Give me just a second. I'll do it for you. Because, listen, thank you for being in the medical services. That's a hard place to get into, but it does not make you an expert. Nor does it make me an expert. But I can read and I can do math. And that's what nobody wants you to do. So in U.S., because like I say, it's just more tests that come in, the more tests, the more and more and more. Death tolls right now in the U.S. is 176 out of 13,000. Can anybody do that math for me there? Can you do that math? Can you divide that for me?
Okay.
176 deaths and 108 has recovered. So almost the same amount of people who's died has recovered. But out of 13,159 people, 176 deaths.
That is 74.76.
Let's see. It ain't 74%, but I know what you're.
Well, I mean, it'd be 0.7 or whatever. Yeah, 0.7%.
Yeah, it'd be 7%.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that.
You got to move display.
I don't think it's.
You
I
got to
don't
move
even
it
think it's
two
that.
places. It's 0.747. So it'd be 0.75.
I'm bringing up the percentage calculator, but
Jesus.
it's like I say. Let's just give it
Android
10%.
wasn't smart enough.
Let's just
I'm like,
give it 10%. That's still nothing compared to what the flu is. I mean, you have a higher percent chance of dying in a car wreck. Why is everybody so quiet? Why ain't y'all talking?
You're talking.
We're sick of you. You need to calm down.
Let's see. What did I say?
telling you.
13,000. What did I say? 172, 176. I'm sorry.
I pulled up the percent calculator.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
No,
now.
what? Not my Android one more time. One more time.
That's definitely wrong. I did backwards. I went backwards.
You got 74%.
Yeah, I went and said, yeah, it went way back. It's 1.35%. Both of y'all wrong. Calm down.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
Was it a
100%.
knockoff computer? Let me kick
176 people out of 13,000 people is 1.35%. 1.35%. Where's the epidemic? And this is without treatment, okay? This is without treatment, guys, that it is still only 1.35%. Do not listen to the fear-mongering. Do your own reading. Do your own research. Watch it.
That's worldwide too, right?
That is in America.
That was America.
That's America.
Okay.
1.35%. 1.35%. I've got a better chance of dying from choking, eating. I mean, you could eat something, get an air bubble caught in your throat and die. You got probably a higher percent chance than this disease, unless you are over the age of 60 and with a pre-existing condition. Then your percentages does go up.
Now, see,
that's it.
That's where I'm at with this whole deal. Is it's the older people who are dying. I mean, and the weakened immune system.
I haven't
am
seen
sitting
anything
on my
about
court.
kids. It's all been elderly people or people that's already got
No
like
kids so far.
COPD.
No
Yeah.
kids. There was a rumor going around that they were talking about kids but
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure babies can be, but they're to anything. That's why they put a lot of babies in incubators.
That's what I was
Have
saying
you quite
before it
heard
happened.
some of these rumors that go around this town? Okay.
It would be the young and the old.
Yeah. With everything.
Not extremely young, but I would say two that would be susceptible to the disease.
Yeah.
But that's what you see is the older people or the people, like Kyle said, who had pre-existing conditions. I haven't heard many cases of a young adult, 30s, 40s, being killed. I have heard of them having the disease and surviving.
Yeah.
But is there any data of someone dying that is of that age?
I haven't heard no stories on that, but somebody on YouTube says, I think you need to do your research before you even do a cast. He can't type, but he can tell me to do my research. I just brought it up. I gave you an exact number. All you got to do is go to plague.com. They are following every time somebody's tested, they update it. And they update it with deaths. What more? You want me to go to college? Go get my PhD, then come and do the math in front of you on the camera, then you'll be happy? I mean...
Everybody's a critic.
What do you want? I mean, dude, you can do it yourself. I think you can't type, but you can maybe do the math. It frustrates me because you want people to panic.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
Calm down.
No. Because there's probably people like that that's probably got about 3,500 rolls of toilet paper and probably about 25 bottles
And
of
an underground
sanitizer
bunker.
sitting in their basement and sitting there and selling that junk on eBay. It's probably people like that, because it makes me upset because there was a woman on Facebook crying because she couldn't find no diapers for her baby. I
Yeah.
think it's a bunch of crap. And that's the thing I think about. And then you got people who's trying to run a business who was talking to me, who are scared, who are pissed off because people won't damn calm down. And it's people like you that want to try to tell people that they don't know what they're talking about. You watch CNN too damn much. You need to stop it. You're scaring people and you're causing people who need this stuff not to have it. That's the truth. And you call me right here on the show. Somebody call me right now on this show and tell me otherwise. Somebody. 864-441-8815. Somebody call me with a different statistic than what is being reported by the government. You're not going to do it. And then everybody wants to talk about Italy, and I'm sorry I'm getting upset. It's just not, when I see people that cannot get their supplies, man. You know, the elderly can't get hand sanitizer to protect themselves. I had a guy come in here today, and I give hand sanitizer to every customer that comes in here after I'm done. And this one guy, no, I don't want it. You know, and I told him, I said, man, that's how stuff spreads. Whether it's the flu, whether it's the cold, whether it's anything else, this is how it spreads. Take a little bit. No, I don't want it. See, that's the problem. Don't be the problem. Just, all he had to do was take 2 seconds to wash his hands. He didn't want to do it. But.
No.
Yeah, I mean, but. It just pisses me off because somebody wants to sit here and downgrade actual information, physical information. Plague.com. It keeps up with it. It keeps up with it worldwide. We could do a worldwide. And I could talk about that too, Lynn, but I think I've already probably pushed some buttons. I will talk about that one.
Well, it looks to me like in the comments, everybody's worried about you having a heart attack.
I was fine, man, because I'm getting ticked, man. Like this, right? And this is what pisses me off. Angie says, my daughter can't find any diapers or wipes for my grandkids. For 1.3% chance of dying from a severe cold. And you probably more than likely are going to have a pre-existing condition to do so. God, I mean, it's just...
Imagine if there was a really
true
bad,
yeah.
I mean...
If it was a true
This
pandemic.
does kind of help in the future if something
Prepare.
does. Yeah, because we're going to know what to do.
Well, it's like the boy who cried wolf. What happens when something does happen? Everybody's like, well, screw you, because I'm not going and buying 12,000 boxes of toilet paper. And then you run out of socks and shirts, and then what?
And that's what I'm saying.
Coffee filters.
Where was the
tea
epidemic?
bags, whatever.
Where was the epidemic with the flu? Why haven't you rung the bell with the flu? That's my question. You're a respiratory therapist. Why haven't you said we need to quarantine for the flu? Flu's killing people left and right. We have millions dying from the flu. Millions, not hundreds. We don't even have 200 people dead yet.
Well, there's thousands of people in each state every year that die from the
Exactly.
flu, and it's all ages, not just one set. And it seems like every year they come out with a different strain of flu that their flu vaccinations can't fight against.
Exactly. And like right here, some Woods on YouTube says, are you sure the reactions are not about the government actions and not really the virus? That's what I believe.
It's covering up something. It's covering up or planning for something.
That's exactly what I believe. I believe the overreaction by the government is a hell of a lot more deadly and dangerous than what the virus is actually doing. Because like I say, you may possibly cause some panic. You may actually cause somebody to get shot or hurt because they think they've got to go rob somebody to get meat or bread or something like that, when it's not even that kind of pandemic. And it's just...
Well, yeah, and at the beginning, people said it was just for them to make Trump look bad. And here they are now trying to politicize it by getting on to him for saying it's a Chinese virus.
Well,
I mean,
if you go and look...
But they try to blame it on our U.S. military first. But no, that's not a problem.
That's not the truth.
That's not a
Isn't
problem.
this a man-made virus?
Man-made
are we
virus.
the people that made this virus?
No, we're not.
Then we're not
I mean,
the problem.
I wouldn't imagine we are, but they said that they are now seeing in studies showing where you can actually see them cutting somehow, I'm not a doctor, so I have no idea. I'm just saying what I've heard, what I've read, that they can physically see under a microscope of this disease where cuts are made to where they have man-made this disease. Now, I mean, again, I'm a microbiologist. I'm sure they could get on here and explain it 30 times better than I can, but I'm just reading what I'm told. And a man-made is not going to cause
telling what I read.
Yeah, I mean, if it's man-made, it can be man dealt with too.
Right, but maybe that's why the government is freaking out so much, because they don't, like, we didn't make this. We don't know how to control this. We're not in control of this. We had to wait for it to hit us to understand what was going on. We couldn't rely on their information. If we relied on their information, they could have been trying to just, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why they panicked so hard, but even if then, they should.
That's why the Chinese restaurant closed.
Well, I'm pretty sure they
they
panicked about aliens somewhere, and if they know about aliens, they're not telling us because they didn't want us to panic, so why did they let this panic out? If it is them trying to have an inside agenda, Trump's got some kind of knowledge of it.
Well, so one person typed in the chat, this is a epidemic.
It is, man.
It's epidemic. I mean, I guess we just need to go hoard and just tear everything up and let's just loot.
Well, the drug use in this county is an epidemic too, so I don't need to be scared of methods because
it's unreal. Heart disease kills almost 1 million people a year. We ain't gonna worry about that.
That's a touchy subject.
We're not gonna worry about that. My dad has it. My whole family's filled with it.
My cousin just passed of it today at 20 years old.
My dad's got triple bypass, but he could catch a cold today and develop pneumonia and die. Simple.
My ex-father-in-law is paraplegic from chest down, and it has killed his immune system.
Yep.
Yeah, so the slightest little allergies could kill him because it could mess up it, give him pneumonia and everything.
I would more than welcome you to call into the show. If you're saying that I need to do your research and I've thrown all these numbers at you and you've thrown nothing back at me, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to believe your word because you're a therapist or a respiratory therapist. I mean, I am a Title Loan officer, but that does not mean that I can budget this entire country's P&Ls, profits and loss. That does not mean that I am qualified to do something like that. That means I can do the job that I'm given. That does not make you an expert in the field. If you were, then you would have a cure by now. But I'm trying to ask you, set me straight. If I'm wrong, set me straight. Give me the real information. Tell me what makes this virus different than the current flu, the current pneumonia, the past flu, swine flu, bird flu, colds, hell, even chronic sinusitis. Tell me how this differs. Nobody will answer that question. They just say, trust me, it's a pandemic. I don't trust you. I will never trust you because you're a human being. And people lie. To get an agenda put across, people lie. They don't want to be proven wrong anymore, so they lie. I have no reason to care to lie. I'm trying to just tell people there is no pandemic. Is it an emergency? Barely. I wouldn't even call it an emergency. I wouldn't even call it an emergency.
Well, I mean, this needs to be took care of the same way flu season is took care of.
How many people have died in South Carolina from it?
One.
Out of how many people?
60.
Out of how many people in this whole state? Because remember, there's more people who have it. Don't forget.
So at this point, you got just as much chance of dying from, if you're between the ages of, let's just say 12 and 30, you got as much chance of dying from this coronavirus as you do hitting a scratch off.
That's what I'm saying. It's.
And by the way, I don't buy scratch offs because I'm lucky to hit them.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, and people are now getting scared when they're coughing, the throat's sore. They're getting terrified, and I'm like, well, my truck, I couldn't see my truck this morning because it's covered in pollen. I mean, it is sinus and allergy season. It's coming. So don't work yourself up because that could cause people to have heart, because then they think, well, I might have the coronavirus, and then, it scares them.
Your anxiety about it that rushes you to the hospital to check out these allergies
Not at all.
is how you're going to catch it.
Not at all, Sniper. Not at all. Did I tell you to trust me? Did I tell anybody to trust me? What have I been saying? Go do your own research.
And
Go to plague.com.
Yeah.
Go do your own research. And what have I done so far for you? I've read you direct numbers straight off this page. Then I played a video of Trump talking about a cure. I have not said anything. Well, this is Professor Kyle up here. I'm going to tell you what you should do today. I'm telling you what I've read. That's the problem. Getting people to read. Getting people to get the hell off Facebook and actually read and do their own research. You're not going to do it because people are lazy. They don't want to do it. You should do it. Educate yourself, and then you can educate others. But if you're sitting here wanting to listen to some person on Facebook say, well, no, this is a pandemic. Okay, tell me why. Tell me what numbers you have. That's what I'm asking for somebody to do.
It ain't even just that. They'll hear other people say it. And or in other conversations, yep, and then they'll regurgitate that information.
Like that game you played in elementary school where you held hands. And
you interrupt me one more
I'm
time.
gonna do it all day long because everybody loves Mike. We cut Mike off today.
I'll still be here.
I will.
That's what I'm saying. It's
not if you don't kill the fever.
I just want people to understand that first off, why are you hoarding? That's my question. What are you hoarding for? Because no farm has shut down. Manufacturing has not shut down. I mean, Amazon just posted and said that they're hiring how many people? 100,000 people?
Didn't she say Allied shut down?
Allied did shut down until
Allied. What is Allied?
All they do is make slip and fall stuff. I mean, come on, they got like 12 people.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, Allied. Okay. I mean, so
from what I'm understanding, BMW's got rumors of closing.
Well, they closed Europe and
here, and this is my opinion.
Not Greer.
Here's a non-factual statement here. Here's an opinion. I believe that because don't forget, back in 2009, 10, whenever that bailout happened, remember the companies that took the bailout that time. They're going to be the same companies that take the bailout this time. And the only way they can do that is if they shut down. They got to shut down first to show an emergency. Well, we're not running due to a national emergency. They're going to get bailed out. If you had to shut down for a month and turn around and probably get $10 billion, $20 billion.
Locking the doors.
I'm locking the damn doors because I can't sell enough BMWs to get that in a couple of weeks. But that's my opinion. That's what I think. I don't know if that's how it works, but it makes sense because it's the same companies shutting down again.
We ought to look that up and see which ones took the bailout.
I know Chevrolet did. Ford did not. Ford declined all bailout payments. They did not do it, but they shut down this time. I think they learned from the last time. We should have got that money. We should have got that money.
We lost.
All car dealerships shut down. Then you had airlines, of course, and all that. I mean, you had a lot of those. Then the banks and the housing markets. I mean, it's just all over, and it just looks like a damn repeat of what's happening. So it's just what I'm saying. People just need to calm down.
History
and stay there. Don't hoard, because people need stuff, and you're taking your wants and you're taking away from people's needs.
More so the elderly and the children. Like, mama's out here looking for formula, and you're hoarding formula because you think it lasts longer than milk. That stuff tastes like butt. Have you ever tasted formula as an adult?
Yeah.
Like, really? Dean,
that's a lie. That's an absolute lie, Dean. Why? I mean, why would you say that? He's saying that they're not stocking stores. That's an absolute. That's an absolute lie. See, it's people like that right there pulling stuff at the crack of their butt. And people actually listen to somebody like you. I mean, you go to Walmart, you see them. You got pallets all down there. I mean, how can you say that when you haven't even probably been? It's down every single. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm getting frustrated.
That was the reason they closed. Remember, they put a statement out: we're closing to stock,
so we can stock, but clean. They said so we can clean the shelves first, then stock. We're doing this so we can keep up with the demand. And they are stocking. If you go into Walmart right now, you've got pallets of stuff everywhere.
Walmart's also, they called me today trying to offer a temporary job for stocking because they're hiring temporary employees with the promise of a possible part-time job only for stockers because they can't keep up.
And then Amazon's hiring 100,000 people to keep up with the demand. 100,000 people. Dean, why would they hire 100,000 people? Well, we're going to hire 100,000 people so they can sit over here and watch what we could be stocking. No, we ain't got nothing on our shelves, but we're going to hire 100,000 people just to sit here and look. That's what I'm saying, man. Stop it. Go look for yourself. Go ask. Go look. And I've been to Walmart, and I could not get down the aisles in the food because they had so many freaking pallets. It's a little annoying because you can't get your buggy through it sometimes. And I went 2 days ago, and I went to Bi-Lo, and I went to Walmart because I had to get some things at Walmart, and I like to get my groceries from Bi-Lo.
Right.
I just like doing. I don't really care for getting my groceries from Walmart. They're sometimes a little high.
From
They're a little high.
Yeah,
but Bi-Lo's high too.
Yeah, but I was about to say Bi-Lo's high.
If it ain't got a Bi-Lo bonus card thing on it where you got to sell, I'm not buying it no way. It's got to be buy one, get one, or 4 for something or something.
Exactly, Brittany. Brittany says Walmart was stocking toilet paper. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I know y'all enjoy misery. There's some people on Facebook. Well, excuse me. There's a lot of people on Facebook who enjoy misery.
Drama.
And drama. They love it. They absolutely love it. I decided, about a month ago, I said I was going to shut the mailbox store down for a week to take a week off. But I decided, he's got one more time to cough, and he's going to have to be quarantined. But I decided to open because of this. Because of this, And, people are coming in here, and they're like, man, thank goodness you're open. He said, I might have had to go to Spartanburg, and you got elderly people who are coming in here who's sending stuff to the VAs and stuff like that, needing to get their checks and their money and all this, their insurance. And if we weren't open, they possibly would have to go to Spartanburg, get exposed to more people, which is silly. I mean, it's just silly. I mean,
that one thing I've been, and I'm not trying to get back onto this Corona thing because we have other stuff to talk about tonight. And this is just the way the show has went.
Yeah.
This is what, the comments and the feed are.
Well, there's only 2 guys. It's Dean Gallman and Tim Brandon. I mean, Tim Brandon, you pull for the Florida Gators, so brother, you're nobody to listen to, right?
But my thing is, Greenville and Spartanburg, they have the cases, but you don't see it coming where like, oh, you went to Greenville yesterday, and this person that went with you has it now. I mean, you just don't see anybody with it. Has anybody seen somebody personally with it?
No.
I
haven't heard of nobody.
I haven't heard of nobody. I don't know anybody.
The news media outlet can cause a pandemic on their own without anything.
Quite frankly, I would have just cracked a joke, but I'm scared I would have went to jail.
But I mean, like I say, Tim, and that's fine. If that's what you want to say, you think I'm trying to stir drama? I believe I'm trying to sit here and go, no drama, calm down. Let's, stop it. Do your research and understand that there is not a pandemic. Now, am I saying that this could not be a pandemic? Absolutely. Anything could be. If somebody walked around with the flu and went to enough nursing homes, they could kill a lot of people. It could kill a lot of people. Simple.
Very much so.
I mean, that could be a pandemic. But yeah, I mean, we were going to talk about more. We're going to talk about, Sherfield's interview, and we're going to talk about the debate. The debate is still on until they tell me otherwise.
Well, let's talk about Sherfield's interview because I hadn't got to watch this show.
He did good. He had a lot of knowledge, which of course comes with 30 years of it.
Yeah.
He come with 30 years of policing. He has a ton of knowledge. A lot of people still have questions about him and Taylor. Of course, it's going to be that way. And he's going to have to answer it over and over again.
Did he answer them?
What?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, I got to watch that because...
One thing I noticed was...
Don't get me started,
Don't scratch your head. Because that means there could be a bad thing coming out.
His views, he seemed to take everything that the other candidates had in their agenda and compiled them as his.
Yeah.
Because he
could just simply think that.
So he just
right. I mean, that's what I mean. Yeah, that could be it. It's just, I see, and I'm trying not to go down that path. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you 100% right now.
That's just what I got from it. All of them were, he touched on a little bit of everything that somebody else said.
Yeah, but it's because
that's why I asked him.
A lot of times it's a common answer.
Right, but that's why I asked him that question after the fact about when you get into the office, what is the very first thing you're going to do once you step in and have control?
Oh,
and it was the same response.
Wow, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, Tim Brandon, that was actually a great point. What about mosquitoes? Are they going to be able to take The corona from one
Hey, what
person to
disease
another?
was it
Blood to
they
blood.
sharing?
All right, but does it travel through the blood, or is it just a respiratory?
I mean, virus travels through everything, don't it?
Wasn't
I mean, I'm guessing it's in the blood. Like I say, I'm not a doctor.
was it the
That's a good point there.
What was it?
West Nile virus.
West Nile
virus.
Yeah.
But
I was scared to smack a
oh,
mosquito.
camera died. Sorry, guys. Camera died.
Who, mine or yours?
Mike's. Sorry, he killed it.
Hey, listen, he's been trying to
Destroyed
put you out
it.
the game since I
Sorry
met
about
you.
that. Sorry. Yeah, y'all could probably still hear
You
us.
know
The
what?
camera
That's
died.
why you did that. I know why you did that.
That battery is terrible in that camera. I hate
Yeah,
that
we
camera.
So you know,
Yeah.
I came in here today
But,
and told him how everybody comes up to me asking about you, not him. Now he kills your camera.
Well, I'm gonna
It's
just
a
go take
conspiracy.
yours.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, take mine, please, God.
it's like I say. It's all right. Hold on just a second. Dawn sent me a article on Medium.com. I'm not real.
Medium.com.
I'm not real sure. This looks like a very
Please go
poor-
fact check that website.
poor. I mean, it's a website just showing how many people caught it, but it's not really showing people who died from it. But we're like I say, we got other things to talk about. I will read this, and I promise you, I'll get back with you.
Well, you can't
Sorry
send me
about that,
half
Stan.
information though and expect me to make a.
Well, that website looks like that thing's a mile long.
But it
so
could
there's
say
no
the
way.
same things
Yeah,
over and
I
over,
mean,
so.
it's not going to say anything different than what Plague.com does, because like I say, that website actually keeps up with it in all countries. But back to Sherfield, I think he did a tremendous job of answering the questions. He was detailed on a lot of things. Some
Yeah.
things he was vague on, but all the candidates have been. Sometimes you got to be a little careful because you don't want to give other candidates info.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to give them
Ideas.
your ammo.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant by is it's not. I'm not trying for this to come off this way, but it's.
Well, I wish you
It's
would
how
get
it's
it
gonna
out.
sound,
I
you
wish
know.
you would get it out.
I done got it out.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, I
I'm just
did.
gonna let
yeah.
y'all know we started talking about Johnny Sherfield and my feet started.
But I'm sorry. I like Tom. I like him. I like all the candidates so far. I think they're all really good candidates. I believe that all of them can bring something different to the table to what Union County needs.
got
But
two
here's a dangerous rumor. And usually I don't talk about rumors on here. I try not to. Sometimes they pop up. But there's a dangerous rumor going on that we could possibly have a run again from our current sheriff.
Oh yes, that is right.
Why would he even try that?
There's a rumor.
I mean, people, just come on. Let that soak in for a second. I just want you to sit back. Don't type no comment. Just think for 10 seconds. Sheriff Taylor is a rumor that he might
Alleged.
run again.
Yep,
Allegedly. Just think about that. I mean,
I want to know where Johnny Sherfield thinks he's a lot different than David Taylor. That's my question for Johnny Sherfield.
I mean, that would be a question for him to
what
answer.
does he think he can do?
we're
differently?
talking about Taylor now.
Well,
I guess
that
it
is
goes
about
hand in hand.
Taylor.
I mean,
I want to know what he thinks
How could
he
this
can
guy
do
think?
differently.
How could he think that he could win?
Well-
I mean, after all he's done. I mean,
when
he
you-
got it last time, and
well, when you publicly come out and tell, I'm not going to resign, but I won't run again.
yeah,
Now you're going
Yeah.
back on that. Okay, you just lied to
you
me.
a liar.
You just lied to me, brother. David Taylor, don't run again. Do yourself the favor because
If
I'm
he
telling
runs, he will get destroyed.
you're going to get crushed because people are going to
Well,
have
maybe
more
that's the
info.
point.
Well,
Maybe it's just-
you're going to have more info on you against you than what's probably in that celeb report.
Maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe it's, hand
And
in
I-
hand trying to cover something up and distract something.
I believe the ones that maybe may have his back now in election time are gonna fire shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think so too. Because like we're hearing that the reason that he's thinking about running again is because some of the people are telling him, hey, you need to run again. No, you don't. Those are not your friends. I am your friend
That's
right now,
just
David
somebody
Taylor.
lying to you because they're right there in your face.
I know they want to use you.
For something.
Yeah, that
I
would
wonder
not
if
be
they're going.
good.
Never mind. I can't.
Union
say that on
cannot.
camera.
Union cannot move on if we continue electing the same people over and over. Cannot move on. You cannot change.
Insanity.
And-
Insanity.
And I will tell you this. And again, you could take it as a warning. You could take it as a note. You could take it as whatever.
Oh no.
Whatever.
Write this
If
down.
you do a curfew tomorrow against our town when there's no panic, hoarding is the problem. You want to do something, you have maybe, I don't know if there's a way they can govern, how many, how grocery stores handle their food output.
You can definitely leave ideas.
But if you put a curfew on this town when it's not needed, anybody and everybody who was harmed, hurt, sick, or anything under that administration timetable, I believe that they should be 100% held liable for.
Okay, well, quite frankly, probation, pardon, and parole gives their people curfews. Well, let's not ask anybody that's watching here on probation how often they follow that curfew. Because how are you going? You just gonna pull people over when you see them?
Man, you're not containing me in my home.
No, I'm going outside.
I mean, how can you?
Contain me.
That's what I'm saying.
How can you?
Even if they talking about this, 2-week quarantine, you'll be at your house, not be able to leave. Yeah, you come and try to corral me, because I'm gonna be gone.
My house and the fence line is daycare, and kids come up to that fence, and my kid reaches her hand through that fence and plays with these other kids.
What daycare is that?
Kids Lane. Don't send your kids.
Take it. She took it before I could use it.
But really, like, their cars park under my bedroom windows. I'm right on top of these people.
Yeah.
How can you tell me? You can't tell me I'm quarantined that I can't go out my backyard across to my she shed and go contain myself in there.
Exactly, Brandy. I mean, the curfew does nothing. It just puts people at home after a certain time. They're still going to get up in the morning. They're probably still going to go to the same places as it was at nighttime. At least at nighttime, you actually have the advantage. There's not going to be as many people out. You're kind of forcing people to get in crowds. Like, did you see the Florida beaches where they were still having spring break? I love that.
Did y'all see when Myrtle Beach said they were closed? They were going to be trying to.
Yeah, they're going to try to close. But the Florida governor,
so what
he
if
said,
you were already down there?
He said, I'm not covered. He said, I'm not closing beaches. I love that. I love it. You got to stand up to it. You cannot, again, I keep going back to, you cannot be afraid of what will happen. You can only handle what has happened. When you are diagnosed, when you're sitting in that doctor's office, and he comes in there and he gives you that devastating news that you have cancer, there's nothing, the only thing you can do is try to beat it from there. That's it. You can't go out and start quarantining people because in your neighborhood because you now have cancer. You see what I'm saying? You see how much sense that makes it? Because it doesn't. You just gotta live your life. Does that not make sense?
No, it's just you said no. You see how much sense that makes? Because it doesn't.
It doesn't. That's right. It makes none. But you can only
and shoulders
at nighttime. Shut up, Crystal. It's crazy. But I know it was all about the corona. It really wasn't supposed to be. We were actually going to have Mike go out to the plaza, and we were going to have a little video chat with the restaurant owners.
He was chicken.
But don't forget, Hometown Pizzeria is delivering. Don't forget about that. But all these restaurants are still doing takeout. I did see where Georgia had to threaten their restaurant people that if they see them running, restaurant, they're going to put them in jail.
Yeah. That's a lawsuit.
Little extreme. Extreme. Let me ask you something. What's affecting that restaurant owner more right now? The virus or the government?
The fact
they're
that
going to
you
be
told
put
me I couldn't do it.
They're going to be put in jail. So the government has affected me a whole lot more than what the virus is.
If you come to put me in jail, aren't you doing what we can't do?
I don't know.
You're coming in a crowd to arrest me, right?
Well,
and you're going to put me in a jail with all these people.
If you notice all these public statements that's made by Trump and all them, there's more than 10 people in those rooms.
Yep.
They have at least 10 camera guys and at least 20 or about 10 to 15 people asking questions.
And there's always 4 or 5 on cam.
Yeah.
I started my family at like 13, and I got 12 kids right now. What am I supposed to do? Throw 3 of them over the fence?
I know. If you got multiple families living in a home.
Say I had, listen, grannies and papas back in the day.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I had no idea what you was asking at first, but I got you now. You talking about the 10.
What if there's more than 10 people that live in the home that I live in? Like it's an apartment.
Well, if y'all live together, I think it's different. If y'all live together, y'all gonna already have what each other have.
It's ridiculous.
Really?
Again, why couldn't they just when it came out?
Incest.
Why couldn't you just simply come out and just say, handle this like the flu. Handle this like the flu. Wash your hands. Quarantine yourself. If you're sick, stay away from your family till you feel better.
I think maybe more so it happened because we didn't know how to control something. We didn't know if they were giving us all the information to be able to handle this. maybe a little squeak of the panic got out, and then we just ran with it. If there's no conspiracy, that's the only thing I can come up with. But I really feel like
1%.
there's something trying to be hidden, or he's trying to divert attention from something else.
I don't think it's Trump doing anything.
I don't know, man. If he ain't doing it, he's allowing it to be done.
Or
so
he
either way,
has
the
some
buck
kind of
the buck
knowledge of
stops with him. We can't. I love Trump. Don't get me wrong. I love Trump. I
like
can't
Trump.
sit here and talk about an old past president for doing the same things as he's doing right now and kind of going, well, maybe he's doing. I'm going to look at it the same way.
We had other viruses under these past presidents.
The buck stops with Trump. The reaction from the government has been just next to childish, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Hopefully it ends soon. Like I say again, don't forget there is a cure out there for it.
There is a virus out there.
There is a virus, and now there's a cure for it. So hopefully this thing will start getting put behind us. Because like I say, China's already back to regular life. They're having professional sports. They're back to living their lives. So
Maybe that was
apparently
the plan.
I mean, that is the quickest pandemic I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? That started back in November in China? I believe that's when it is. It's the quickest pandemic I've ever seen. But yet I'm supposed to listen to somebody who works in the field and say it is a pandemic. China isn't having a pandemic. I mean, that's not a pandemic.
Well, you know what? These people wouldn't be so worried about this if they just go on out and get right with God and be ready to just go.
Well, see, that was going to be another subject I bring up, but it's too late to do it now. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that probably the next show. But we're going to try to get I will, Lynn. But we're going to try to get Jeff Bailey and Robbie Hines on soon so we can go ahead and complete all the candidates, and then we'll have the debate. The debate is still scheduled for May the 16th. I hope a lot of people can come out. I hope we pack that place, man, and make Trump lose the rest of his hair. We want to pack that place out as long as they let us. Now, as of right now, we couldn't because they're not allowing crowds, and the school's under, funding by the government, so they couldn't allow it right now.
We would reschedule it if it was right.
We will.
Because I'm definitely coming, but
We will.
is there like a fee for this?
No. And also, we got to find out if the elections have been pushed back. I've heard that the special elections in April and June have been pushed back. Now,
I got a
don't
tick.
know.
You didn't get it?
Is that? But I didn't know if that was local. I know that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me see if
I'll
I
have to
ain't got
check.
a text
We'll
message.
check it out.
Yeah, y'all need to.
I got a text message, but you don't know what it involves or what it is. But guys, I appreciate y'all. I know it got heated, but I just it really has depressed me a little bit because I know there's a lot of people out there who need stuff, and if you need something, let me know. If you can't find it, if you can't afford it, if you're really in dire needs, let me know. I'll do all I can to help you.
Same with me.
I've
got kids.
It's sad to hear that a parent cannot find diapers. Yeah. That is sad. That's not scary. That's sad. You imagine having a child or a baby that you don't have diapers for, man, because I'm pretty sure that parent probably doesn't have cloth diapers. So, you put yourself in their position, and if you really think about it, you'd be upset like I am too. And then the people who are pushing this and making people panic, you're a part of the problem.
Yeah, it says South Carolina.
I'm gonna talk to the elections commission and
March and April. It don't say union.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'll find out, guys. I love y'all.
There we go.
Mike, you can't do your salute.
There you go.
I just did the sound effects. So
I thought it sounded different than that.
it did.
last time.
It did. But guys, y'all have a good night. Don't hoard. Help your neighbors. Love each other. Spend time with each other. Go out. Live your life normal. Go help these local businesses, local restaurants. Do not panic. Have a good time. Enjoy life. It's out there. The air is clean and beautiful. Enjoy it all. Guys,
Good
we'll
night.
take care of y'all. We'll see y'all later. And Mike, don't work too hard, brother.
All right.
See
Happy
you.
birthday to me.
Oh,
Happy
I don't
birthday,
don't
sir.
Work too hard.
I
You
don't
know
work.
I work.
You already worked. You're going home. So everybody have a good one. Take care. What's up, guys? This is Kyle from the KC Show. We appreciate all the support that y'all have been giving us. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. But now we're also at YouTube at the KC Show. Please go like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way you never miss a live